Thursday, March the 9th, 2017, and this is your Barbados Today morning news update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. Topping the news at this hour, local hoteliers appear to be in a bind over what government owes them in VAT refunds and the outstanding taxes they owe. Chief Executive Officer of the Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association, Rudy Grant, says while his association plans to hold talks on what is due to its members, consideration must also be given to their financial ability to pay government.
We did have a discussion with our members looking at the issue of VAT refunds, looking at those critical issues that are important to our members. We will continue to dialogue and to seek to ensure that we adhere to the law, but at the same time that there's consideration to the any cash flow challenges which members may be experiencing due to an inability to be able to access the VAT refunds.
Addressing the BHTA's breakfast quarterly meeting yesterday at Hilton, Barbados, Grant also weighed in on the controversy surrounding the home-type tourism accommodation promoted by online marketing and hospitality company Airbnb. His concern is that the standards of such homestay rentals do not hurt brand Barbados.
We have to ensure that those persons facilitating accommodation do so in a manner that does not harm the brand in any way. And therefore, the regulations being contemplated by the BTPA, we expect them to positively assist by ensuring that there are certain minimum standards that all accommodation persons are able to or required to adhere to.
Addressing the same meeting, General Secretary of the Barbados Workers Union, Tony Moore, identified the length of working hours, opportunities for promotion to management positions, and skills and qualification of employees as some issues that affect labor productivity.
This is clearly a challenge, and for a destination that prides itself on people being its business, it is clear to see that this is a serious challenge which must be addressed. It concerns me as a worker representative when for jobs that seem easy enough that even I could do, I see that we go externally. And the reasoning often offered is that we don't have the skills. It bothers me because I don't always think it is true. But it bothers me because when it is true, it is something that is recognized that we can easily correct only if we will work on developing the skills within our country.
In other news now, Opposition Senator Wilfred Abrams is accusing government of kicking Barbadians while they are down by persisting with an amendment to the act governing the Barbados Revenue Authority. The amendment, opposed by the Barbados Bar Association, demands that individuals and corporations be fully paid up to all departments of the state before obtaining a tax clearance certificate. Speaking during debate on the measure in the Senate yesterday, Abrams described it as a draconian measure.
If VAT owes me a refund, but I owe land tax, why should I then not be able to set off my refund against my land tax? It only makes sense. If VAT owes me a refund, but I owe income tax less than what the refund is as owed to me, why should the sale of my land be held up? If the government would pay me, I could pay my taxes. This act is patently unfair, and when it contemplates the maximum collection of tax by the government, it does not equally contemplate fairness to the person who is owed taxes or refunds by the government.
Head of UN Women, Tony Broadbent, says the current pay situation between men and women was unsustainable and needs to be changed. Broadbent was addressing a panel discussion yesterday hosted by UN Women and the Barbados Coalition of Service Industries.
The gender pay gap in the Caribbean and Latin America is 19%. And reports show that in Barbados, men earn 25% more than women. And they checked to make sure that age, class, all of the things, all of the indicators that would explain this gap were checked. But this is the unexplainable. Why are they making 25% more? An August 2010 Inter-American Development Bank review of gender earning gaps showed that in both Barbados and Jamaica, females' educational achievement is higher than that of men. So women are having more degrees, as we said, and secondary degrees as well than men. However, men's earnings still surpasses that of their female peers.
In sport, the West Indies go into the final game of their 3-match ODI series against England at Kensington Oval today. Having already lost the series, the home side will be looking for ranking points. Another defeat for the Caribbean team would leave it stuck on 84 points in the ODI rankings, 5 behind Pakistan in 8th place. However, a win would lift the West Indies up to 86, with the understanding that Pakistan is its next opponents.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Get your paper, get your paper. Only 225, 220. Who? For what? That's the bear stale news. I don't read about that on Barbados today since last night. That can't only can't do. 220. Who?
The Barbados Today, news you can trust.
Welcome back with news from the region now. The Trinidad and Tobago government will shortly start construction of nearly half dozen domestic violence shelters. But acting leader of government business in the Senate, Clarence Rambarat, told the chamber that the location of the shelters must be kept secret for security reasons.
The government will commission 5 shelters for victims of domestic violence shortly. 3 will be used to house women and 2 for men. The location of these shelters cannot be disclosed because they are considered to be places of safety. Persons wanting to access the shelters must either liaise with the police or through the domestic violence hotline in order to access the services.
And on the international scene, White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer says President Donald Trump is extremely concerned about WikiLeaks' publication of CIA documents, though he declined to confirm the authenticity of the leaked materials. Spicer's comments came as federal officials launched a criminal investigations into WikiLeaks' publication of documents allegedly detailing CIA hacking operations.
He is extremely concerned about this, about these allegations, about this, about the potential that something, if this were true, would have on our national security. And make no mistake about it, I think the President has talked before that anybody who leaks classified information will be held to the highest degree of law. We will go after people who leak classified information. We will prosecute them to the full extent of the law. This is playing with our nation's national security is not something that should be taken lightly under this administration.
And that's news and sports. But for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. Also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. Now, we are also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Channel 99 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.